Mr. Joseph Addison. Thank you very much for joining me today, my friend. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good, Adam. How are you?
It's a beautiful day in Brooklyn, New York. And I really appreciate you taking some time to share your experience with us.
Not a
We've been
problem.
together a little while now, and I think if you share your perspective, it might be kind of valuable to anybody who's in thinking about potentially working with our firm. Um,
Okay,
but I guess, if you don't mind, just your name, where you're at, what you do, we can kind of start off there.
sure. My name is Joe Addison, and I own and operate a solar agency in Ohio. And we got about 42 people on the team now, thanks to your recruiting opportunity. We sell remotely and in person in over 40 states, residential, commercial. I've been in solar for almost 5 years now. I started this firm about a year and a half ago, and about 6 months later, I met you, and things have taken off since then.
Awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, one of our top for sure. And I guess, prior to meeting us, the team over here at Act First, like what was it like at the company before we kind of started doing some business together?
It was hard, to be honest with you. I mean, obviously you always go through the hiccups of starting a new company, but you know, pretty much everybody on the team was doing their own thing. I mean, I had about 15 people. Maybe three or four of them that I knew what they were doing on a regular basis, but everybody else was pretty much doing their own thing. I never had clarity on what they were doing, what they were spending their time on. My focus was on recruiting, training, and managing people, but that's more of an individual basis. Um, you know what was going on, like for about 6 months, and then I met you, and you introduced me to the opportunity that you have. And at the time, we were using spreadsheets and manually texting and emailing and telegramming each other and potential clients, and working with different lead gen companies, and that wasn't working out. Not having too much success. We didn't really have the systems and processes and structure in place that we do today. And I've been in sales my entire career. So, we were able to, get a few deals here and there every month to, keep the doors open, but we really weren't flourishing up to that point.
Wow, man, rock and roll. I guess one great highlight of the past. Let's talk about the future. When you started working with us and present, I guess really, but when you started working with us, what did that look like? And I guess if anything, what kind of exceeded your expectations?
Sure. So look, when I first started doing this, I was used to being successful on my own. I wasn't really used to running a team, so I really didn't have like sales processes and structure in place per se for a group. It was more for myself individually. Of course, I adhered to my own structure, but other people weren't. So our sales process really wasn't there. We were doing everything pretty much manually. Having full automation on outreach and follow up is really what helped us. You helped us bring in exclusive leads. You have cost effective setter teams booking appointments for our guys, and that's what makes them more efficient. And of course, you helped me with my recruiting process, which has allowed me to go from about 15 people to over 40 people now on the team. Um, you guys set up our CRM, which helped. That let us use your automated tools and the AI bot you built, and it also gave us a ton of visibility on the team. I was able to see what everybody was doing. I was able to make sure that people were actually calling people, emailing people, texting people, following up with people, pushing them through the sales process. In the past, I used to just send out a spreadsheet of leads to each person, and then it was like pulling teeth to try to get them to update me on what they were doing. Are you contacting people? What's going on? And I'd have to ask that several times a week, and then finally, maybe if I'm lucky, half the team would send me back a blurb on Friday saying, hey, I contacted those 20 leads you gave me, and I got one presentation. Well, that doesn't really give me a lot to go on. So, a lot of times I would find out that they really weren't doing anything with the leads. And that's because they weren't following any type of structure or automation. After we got your system, it's a real system in place that helped our people stay organized and automated. Um, We turned on the branding advertisements that were generating exclusive leads for us instead of buying aged leads and from, different, lead companies out there. They were hit up a lot by other reps from other companies, and we knew it. We'd call them and they'd say, "Oh, I already got solar." Really? I mean, seriously, we'd call them and they'd say they already have solar. So we knew they were a little bit aged. The huge difference in the quality of the conversations that we had with the leads that you helped us, start generating our conversion rate really, to be honest with you, it skyrocketed after that. Once we had too many leads to follow up with, we started utilizing your ISAs, which is awesome because, I know they're working hard because, they're getting a bonus every time we make a sale. Your ISAs get a bonus, and so I know that they're calling people, scheduling appointments for my guys because that's what my guys want to do. They just want to sit in and close a deal and be happy with the commission they get. They don't want to make all those calls. So the quality of leads went up. Your ISAs were helping us hone in on scheduling appointments, making sure it's a good fit for our closers. And then after they book the appointment, it was like night and day. In the past 3 months, we turned on your final phase of high volume recruiting process, and it's amazing how much time it's saving me because here's what I was doing before. I was doing like an individual time consuming interview process. I didn't, I put an ad out, I get back responses, I schedule a meeting with every single person. I do the, whole process myself, and it would take up about 20 hours a week in order to bring on maybe 2 people. And now the way that you have everything set up, it's amazing, really. I mean, it helps me find better quality applicants. It helps me reduce the amount of time that I'm putting in on finding those applicants and hiring those applicants. My focus was always on one-on-one, but now that we're doing it in a different way, more of a classroom structure, we were getting the right people. We're spending less time and money on bringing them on, and they're having success quickly.
Wow.
Last month, I'll tell you this, Adam. Last month, I think I've actually told you this before. So when I first met you, I think we had 6 sales. We were hovering between 5 and 8 sales a month. And when I first met you, I think we had 6 sales that month. Well, we did 27 residential and 3
Oh
commercial
my
deals
goodness.
in May.
Wait, one more
30
time.
total,
What was May?
30 total deals, 27 residential, 3 commercial. So,
And the commercial
look,
deals are where you make that big money, huh?
big money. I think we had 80 kilowatt system, 100 kilowatt system, and 150 kilowatt system. So, you know,
Those are some big systems right there.
yes, they are. Yes, they are. When a residential deal is usually about 10 kilowatts. So you figure, that's like 8 deals in one, 10 deals in one, and 15 deals in one if you're comparing it to the residential side.
Oh my God, Joe, that is freaking awesome. And for anybody watching, just some context. Joe started out with phase one. Joe went to phase 1 and 2. Then we went phase 1, 2, and 3. Now he has phases 1 through 4. And it's just been awesome to see the evolution with you, my friend. I
I'm
guess
just waiting for phase 5, Adam.
well, when we build it, we'll let you know. Uh, but man, Joe, wow, really appreciate the kind words here. And I'm
Yeah.
just so proud of the success you guys are having. I guess, anybody that is watching this, kind of back and forth in their head, like, should I work with Act First? Should I not? Like, what would you say to them, based on your experience, if they're watching this video and they just need a little bit encouragement, a little bit more information?
Well, I'll just say this, like, look, when you're in business, especially running the company yourself, if you're a big corporation, obviously there's a lot more involved in it. But look, we're trying to become a big company, and with your help, we're getting there. But based on my experience, it's all about how much you spend and what do you get in return. Based on my experience with Act First, and you specifically, Adam, we're currently spending about the same amount of money as we were before just buying leads. All right. But our sales went from 5 to 8 a month to 30 in a month, and hopefully more by the end of this month in July and August. By the end of the year, I'm hoping that we're going to get to about 50 sales a month. All right. So the return on investment has greatly improved. When you can spend the same amount of money and increase it by 4 or 5 times in terms of a return on investment, that's awesome. Our processes have become automated, and I can now track what each person is doing. And let me tell you something, the ISAs, they're doing a great job for us. They're reducing the time it takes to schedule a meeting for our closers. And my closers are now focused on closing rather than just chasing the leads. All right. Everyone on the team is more productive, happier. Every time we have a meeting, everybody's talking about sales rather than leads. And it used to be just, blah, blah, blah leads, blah, blah, blah leads. Now it's blah, blah, blah sales, sales, sales. Big difference. All right. But with this system, most of all, I am less stressed because I don't have to guess what is going on. And let me tell you, you can't put a price tag on peace of mind. And that's the best part of working with you and Act First is it has reduced the amount of stress on me because I know I'm getting 5 times the amount of return that I was getting before. That's what I think is the most important part about working with you and Act First.
Joe, I freaking love you, man. And you are the exact type of entrepreneur we love working with. Your focus, your drive, your determination, your
Yeah,
leadership, your compliance, right? I mean, obviously, when we say, hey, based on our experience, that isn't in your wheelhouse, do this, this, or this, you don't question it. You say, all right, let's get it done then,
yeah,
right? Joe, man, I love working with you. I really appreciate your kind
absolutely.
words. And
Absolutely.
thank you so much.
I can't believe it's been almost a year, to be honest with you.
Time is flying, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And
Well,
I do appreciate everything that you and your team do, Adam.
we got to get you up to 50 per month. That's the next goal,
That's
right?
it. That's it.
All right, Joe, you have a great day, my friend. We'll talk soon.
Thank you. You
Thank you.
too.
Bye bye.